Hey folks, today is Friday, February 28th, 2025. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. I'm once again traveling somewhere, so pardon the sound, but I mean, the sound's never that good in these videos. But anyway, a lot of stuff to talk about. The first thing involves a potential little trickle, a little leak of information about the next Spider-Man Insomniac game, a Spider-Man 3, if you will. Now, this game has never even been officially really confirmed or anything, but it's kind of always been assumed. But we now have an official word from the horse's mouth. And by the horse, I mean Spider-Man himself, voice actor, the great Yuri Lowenthal. He did an interview with The Direct, which I'll link in the description down below, where he essentially teased his involvement in the next game and kind of clarified some things. So, light spoilers for Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 2 essentially ended with Peter kind of easing up, relaxing a little bit, focusing on different things, spending more time with Mary Jane, and not passing the mantle on, but kind of taking a little bit of a back seat, focusing on his life for a while. And as someone who loves Peter Parker and reads the comics and all his trials and tribulations, sometimes it's nice to see him get rest, essentially, but also Spider-Man. You'll want him, especially for me personally, with the fact too, like that you didn't even get him for all of Spider-Man 2, the game. I mean, there was a sequence where he had a symbiote suit, so he was kind of an asshole. So I still just want more classic Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And Yuri Lowenthal said this, and I quote, "There are very few things that I can say about this game, but you have somehow landed on the one thing that I can answer. And that's that, yes, Peter is not gone. He will be part of the next game, and he won't be relegated to the couch. I promise." That's cool. I feel like they're really hitting a stride with like how they tell the Spider-Man stories. I think 2 had some issues here and there. It wasn't as strong as the first game, but I'm excited to see what we're eventually going to get from a third game. When that third game comes, who knows? I would like to assume that they're very busy with some of their other leaked projects and, of course, the Wolverine game over at Insomniac. So we'll just have to wait and see for now. Did I do good? I tried really hard to not like nerd out about Spider-Man and keep it focused. Anyway, the next story also involves superheroes. Wonder Woman game was canceled. You've probably seen the headlines. Jason Schreier, Scooper reporter, broke the news. The Wonder Woman game that has been in the works for a very long time by Monolith Software is no more. And this is complete bungling and mismanagement by the parent company, Warner Brothers, in my opinion. But the bigger thing here is that not only was that project canceled, but the studio working on it has also been shut down. Warner Brothers shut down 3 studios. A support studio, Warner Brothers San Diego, as well as Player First Games, the studio that they invested in to make Multiversus, which was actually pretty decent when they just kind of shut that down, and the people working on the Wonder Woman game, Monolith. Monolith, of course, is a legendary development studio with a lot of people working there for quite some time, with reports suggesting that they did have some leadership changes and some leadership leaving in 2021. But still, the legacy of this studio, it is such a crazy bummer to read through the games that they've worked on, from things like No One Lives Forever back in the day on PC to Condemned Criminal Origins, one of my favorite first-person horror experiences ever, to Fear. The Fear franchise, the first, are you kidding me? To, of course, later on, eventually go on to make Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, another one of my favorite games. With these layoffs, also, are reports coming out, developers are coming out and posting saying, hey, like, the game wasn't in trouble or anything like that. What we were working on was actually pretty awesome, with the phrases expansive and beautiful thrown around. On Warner Brothers' part, it's definitely like a shareholder thing, and their statement is as follows: "We have had to make some very difficult decisions to structure our development studios and investments around building the best games possible with our key franchises. This is a strategic change in direction and not a reflection of these teams or the talent that consists within them. Still, it sucks ass." I will link all the sources and stuff down below if you want to read up more on this. It seems like Warner Brothers might be trying a little harder now because they do have all these things that could print money for them. Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, all these things we talk about all the time, right? There's so many more. The fact that they haven't been able to get anything out the door, just literally just give the people what they want, shows to me that there are some problems at the top and really some mismanagement there. So we're just gonna have to wait and see where it goes for now. But unfortunately, we lost one of the greats with Monolith, so pour one out for them.
Next up, let's talk about the sponsor of this video. It's Viture. Now, we've already done a sponsor segment talking about the Viture Pro XR glasses here, Really quality stuff. Essentially, a private, great, high quality screen crammed in your glasses. Basically, using it as a display, plugging it into my Steam Deck and having a big screen right in front of me or my Nintendo Switch. It's been great. But now, the next generation, essentially expanding the use of this, is the Viture Pro neckband. It's a perfect combo. Now, your Viture glasses have an operating system. It's Android based, which is great for me. I feel right at home. But with that, you're able to play mobile games. You can connect a controller to this thing. You can also take advantage of remote play if you want. Do PlayStation remote play, Xbox. There are apps ready and waiting on this thing for you to do that. Not to mention other cool non-gaming things like browsing the web, having windows in front of you, watching YouTube videos. It's awesome. It's the first Google Play certified device around your neck, so there's a lot you can do, and again, especially in the gaming world, but what's cool is that it's a completely wireless, immersive XR experience. Having the OS in the neckband is great. The Viture Pro XR glasses are brighter, better, clearer than ever. I think tech enthusiasts, any tech nerds out there, should definitely look into this. So if you want to check it out, just head to viture.com/gameranx or click the link in the description down below to get 10% off. Again, that's viture.com/gameranx, and big thanks to Viture for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the news.
Now, with so many massive studio closures and cancellations and things recently, it does feel all like bad news. But we do have multiple new games announced this week that I did want to point out, like 7 games or so. So check some of these out. The first is, of course, the Pokemon Company held a Pokemon event this week, and the big reveal game-wise was Pokemon Legends ZA. This is, follow like if you're into like Pokemon Legends Arceus, stuff like that. This is the next one. It looks heavily inspired by France this time around. It still, to me, doesn't look quite up to par as I think Pokemon Company is capable of in terms of, I don't know, other than appearances of some Pokemon I really like to see. This trailer didn't really do much to grab me personally, but still, we know it's coming to Nintendo Switch this year, 2025. Curious to see if it drops on the Nintendo Switch too, and maybe has some better performance, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. The second one is La Quimera. Check this out. This is like a sci-fi first-person shooter set in like a futuristic Latin American country. This just looks incredibly unique, but also with some crazy high production values, really cool weapons, action scenes. This looks like something I would probably like to play through. Also, a really creative idea. This is the Last Caretaker. This is kind of like a crafting management survival sim, but it's essentially on a giant boat floating through the ocean, like a tanker floating through the ocean, and you're the only robot on the ship, essentially tasked with keeping things going. Really creative stuff here. This next one is It Was You. This is kind of like a first-person murder mystery style game. So if you're into those like murder mystery dinner party things that apparently happen, but I don't have enough friends to be invited to these, then this is for you. Also, Edge of Memories. Not too much to go on this one yet, but a cool art style. It definitely looks like you're building a party and doing some RPG style stuff. But also check this out, Blades of Fire. This looks like a third-person action game, and it looks like video game 101. The main character of this looks so much like video game badass guy. It's awesome. It feels like a throwback to the 2000s. Curious to see how the gameplay really goes down with this, but Blades of Fire is dropping this year. It's May 22nd, 2025. Also, I saved my favorite for last. Check this out. This is Terminator 2D No Fate. I cannot express to some of you guys how completely my shit this game is. Just look at it. This looks like the Terminator 2 game I imagined or I really wanted to have as a kid. This looks absolutely incredible. From nailing scenes to the visuals, everything here just looks so fun, and I cannot wait for this one. I'm sorry if I'm like hyping Shilly for this, but this is really cool, and I just love Terminator a lot. As of right now, we know that this is releasing in September, so that is just something that I absolutely will be playing. Next up, some stuff this week you should check out. The first is the fact that Monster Hunter Wilds has released. If you're jumping in, have a good time, hunting some monsters and shit like that. I did do the before you buy for this. It went up earlier this week, and I found the game to be very good. It is absolutely more Monster Hunter if you're looking for it. They have streamlined some things and made some things a little easier, a little simpler, but there's also some really creative monster designs and stuff like that. I think this is also probably a good jumping on point if you're new to the franchise. I think this game does a lot to welcome new players. So if you've ever been curious about Monster Hunter, this might be one to jump into. Personally, I like the like right away abrupt brutal challenge of World, but this one just has a lot of cool stuff. So have fun, good luck. If you want to check out the before you buy, it's linked in the description down below along with everything else I talk about. But this other thing you definitely shouldn't miss is Firearms Experts React. So this used to be a video series on GameSpot, but they've gone independent and now they have a channel, Watch EXP, and one of the things they do are these Firearms Expert Reacts where they take a British like Royal Arms historian guy and he reacts to fire. It's really, really cool. And he compares them, real world firearms to stuff in games. And it's always just been such a fun, good, bingeable video series. And I'm glad it's got a new lease on life. They have a Patreon. They've gone totally independent. But also, the videos are a bit more longer and in depth, which I really like. So if you want to check that out, tell them I sent you. It's linked below. Their first like debut back is with Black Ops 6 weapons, but this week it looks like they're also cooking on a video on Stalker 2 weapons, which is cool. Also check out this new gameplay trailer for Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This combat character action game is releasing now in 2025, and this trailer shows some of like it looks like some of the boss-like characters and stuff like that. It looks like it's going to be a hard game, but I'm into it. If you haven't heard about this one yet, their description officially is a Souls-like action RPG set in the late Ming Dynasty. The main character looks cool. Apparently, she's like a pirate. I don't know. I think this one just definitely has the potential. Also, something weird if you want to check it out, it's a Forza Horizon 5 trailer for PlayStation 5. This is highlighting the areas and stuff like that. And we've talked about the fact that this great racing game is coming to PS5, so I figured some of you guys would want to check this out. And speaking of Xbox games coming to PS5, we know Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to PS5. We haven't known a date other than that, not soon, long after the release. And as of right now, Tom Warren from The Verge, you know, the guy who covers all the Xbox stuff, he is suggesting that it is coming, they're targeting April 2025. So that's not an official date or anything like that, any confirmation. But if you were looking for a glimmer of when, it might be April. And if you were waiting, I recommend it because it's a really, really good game. I absolutely loved it. If you remember, I did the before you buy a couple months back. But this info was also in a Verge article kind of breaking down Xbox and Microsoft's new Muse AI thing where they use AI to generate ideas for games. It looks like total BS if you ask me. But anyway, if you're interested in stuff like that, it's linked in the description. Also, yes, I have seen all the stuff. Thank you guys for sending it to me. I really appreciate it. All the Tony Hawk stuff that has been coming out. Last week, we talked about it kind of leaking and then Tony Hawk kind of teasing it. And we know a reveal is coming in just a couple of days, March 4th. And everything is pointing to it being a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 HD remake, which makes me very happy because there's so much potential. 4 is great. 3 is great. The maps are really, really good. And I loved Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 HD. It's one of my favorite things ever. They nailed the gameplay. So it doesn't seem like Vicarious Visions or, you know, whatever their new name is. I forgot what it is off the top of my head. It doesn't seem like they're working on it. It does seem like it's Iron Galaxy. So we'll definitely see how this goes. I still have a lot of questions. And again, thankfully, we know when they're going to be answered. I just wanted to mention it because a lot of you guys have been sending me this. So thank you. Also, we have gotten news that Silent Hill is continuing or something with Konami is continuing because Bloober Team, the developers behind the Silent Hill 2 remake, have announced that they have signed an agreement to work on another thing with Konami, another partnership. They said it is, they didn't come out and express that it is Silent Hill specifically, but they did say it is a Konami IP and something that people will be very excited about. I think it's pretty obvious it's probably going to be something Silent Hill again. I think they're the good fit for it. I really like the Silent Hill 2 remake despite being extremely skeptical of it. So the question is it going to be an all new game? Is it going to be another remake? Like a 1 or a 3? I don't know. I think they're following the Capcom blueprint, so I do expect it to be a remake of another one, but who knows which one? There's a lot of really good stuff there, so we're just going to have to wait and see. It's probably going to be a while, but also, I just wanted to give a shout out. Steam Next Fest is going on. I think this is a great time to jump in and just see and mess with weird little quirky games. Curation-wise, it seems like this year Steam is doing a better job kind of weeding out some of the BS or like just like shovelware stuff. So personally, I haven't been able to jump in yet because I am traveling. I haven't been able to check out too many games. So I don't have any recommendations yet, but I just wanted to give it a shout. It is going on right now, so check it out. And if you've got any cool games that you want people to check out, leave it in the comments. Honestly, people find stuff that way, so hit us. But that is the Friday show. That's everything to quickly get you caught up on things. So I want to know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Let us know what you think about, of course, the 7 or so new games announced. Any trailers catch your eye? What your favorite Monolith game is. I think it's better to mourn them and celebrate what they really accomplished over many, many years since the early 90s. Let me know. Let me know what you think about a possible Spider-Man 3 with Peter Parker, hopefully not being on the couch. Let's talk about any of that. Let's talk about, of course, all the games releasing this week if you're playing Monster Hunter. And of course, there's going to be that pinned comment. Let us know what you're currently playing there for research for our videos. We appreciate it. But if you want to find me anywhere, yell at me directly. We'll be in the comments as much as possible. But I'm on Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, all those places at Jake Baldino, linked below. But that's it for me. We're here every Friday to get you caught up. Clicking the like button does help us. But I'm Jake Baldino. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Pizza's on me. See ya.